Good morning, folks. It's Lindsay Ellis with SPS back in the building for another Monday morning motivation. Boy, what a weekend it's been. First of all, prayers going out to all those impacted by these devastating weather conditions, the tornadoes, the winds. I know many of us are without power. Technically, I'm without internet at home. They told me my internet will be back by 6 p.m. this evening. But if all I'm concerned about is home internet access, I have no worries. I think we need to spend more time worrying about what we have and what we don't have. And I'm so thankful to be safe and healthy. It was a great weekend. As you guys know, I've been promoting the HW Horatio Williams Foundation Tip Off Classic. I've said that so many times in the past 2 days. Some great young players coming out to play down in North Farmington. Shout out to them being great hosts. But I was able to get down to Detroit this weekend, and I was able to get by and see my barber. Yes, I do have a barber that I connect with, not necessarily for my head, but for my beard, get me tight. And shout out to my guy, Jazmine Hammond over at the Sharp Blade. Always great getting up with him. We've been friends since our college days, but also it's great talking to him because he's a wise brother. Yeah, as you guys know, barbers dip their toe in psychology all the time, and they just know about the world and people and have an interesting perspective. So it was always good to get over at the Sharp Blade. About a year ago, we did a great event over there, Collective, talking about him and our group of friends and the success our young people are having. In particular, I always am fascinated to hear about his relationship with his daughter, Jazmine Hammond. She's a senior over at North Carolina A&T, a lovely young lady, bright young lady. She's been on the platform before, always has something great to share. But when I was talking to Jermaine about Jazz and how she's doing, because I always think about, okay, young adult daughter, what is going on with her as I think about raising my daughter. And he just talked about the success she had been having in softball. Outstanding softball athlete. As a matter of fact, have been leading the country in steals. If you go on, I done got my guy up in here by mistake. I done got how did Aaron jump into the picture? Aaron jumped in there. But Jazmine Hammond was ranked fifth in the nation in stolen bases per game, .84, and number 33 in total stolen bases at 26. She's even increased that number. Definitely a standout athlete. But when I was talking to Jermaine about how she got to be like that, he talked about coaching her over time, and he would tell her something very, very simple. All the time, he would tell her to just run. That's right, folks. He would tell her to just run. And telling her to just run had conditioned Jazmine to be able to get on base, and no matter what the pitcher was doing, no matter what kind of catcher and the arm they had. I know about catchers being able to throw people out because I had a great arm and I was a catcher. She would just run. And with that, she was able to find success, but also fight through the fear of failure for potentially being thrown out. Did it happen? It did happen at times. A single few times that it did happen, but that's not the story. I think so many times we need to look at things as far as what we need to do is to just run. I don't say run as a form of fear because we associate running with running away from something. But in the case of Jazmine and her success as a softball player stealing bases, listen to her dad, just run. So with that being said, she struck fear in teams throughout the country. Going up against Duke, one of the top-rated teams in this country, she struck fear against them, stealing bases and doing her thing. And I take so much from that. I'm so impressed by her ability to embrace that. But I think it's something we can all learn from too. There's something going on in your life and it's something you're trying to do. Condition yourself to just run. Just get out there. If you get thrown out, so be it. You come back and you run again, as Jazz would do. If the person got a good arm and they're trying to get you out, it might be a good play up until the end. And as Jermaine would say, if you get thrown out, hey, you just met another superhero. Not tip your cap to them. Someone just as great as you are. And that's what we got to look at, folks. We're wrapping up 2021. Yes, we are. A few more weeks left and we'll be going in 2022. We never thought we'd be here. But with that comes an opportunity to shed our former skin, to shed our, former dealings, to move into a new world, to level up, as they say. And there's a great opportunity to do that. But having that attitude and that mentality to just run. Ricky Henderson did it. He was a leader in stolen bases. He scared people when he just came around because they knew what he was capable of doing because he did it over and over and over again. Did he get thrown out sometimes? Sure he did. Will you fail sometimes at what you're trying to accomplish? Sure you will. But you got to just run. If you want to hear it another way, I'll date myself. with the old school is this, folks. Just get out there and do it. Last week I talked about before. Now I'll say the same thing. Just run. Give yourself an opportunity to be better than what you were. Yeah, things may happen. It may not work out the way you want, but just keep competing. Don't stand there on first base in fear. Be a threat. Even if they, like they would do with Jazz, if they walk you, thinking that that's going to eliminate you from being a scoring factor. No, 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 no. You can walk me. That's cool. You can stop me from hitting a double or a triple, but I'm still getting this double, as Jermaine would say. You can walk me, but I'm still getting two. And I think that's a great mentality to have. And sometimes it's our young people that can teach us that. So I want to thank Jazz for the courage of being who she is. I want to thank Jermaine for being a great dad, a great barber, but also Sharon. I just appreciate our relationship. But I took something from that, not only to pass on to my daughter, but to put into my life. Just run. Just get out there. Just compete. Just go for it every time. And if something happens that doesn't work out the way you want, come right back up and do it again. Because at the end of the day, it's not about what they can do to stop you. It's about what you can do to stop yourself. With that, is Lindsay Huddles on this SPS Monday Motivation. I wish everyone well. I know the weather conditions are tough. Power may be out. It may just be a different scenario for somebody. But if you look at this and it's able to help you, hey, I appreciate it. Hey, I'm working off my mobile phone right now. I'm off my tablet, because of the way things are set up. We got to be able to adjust and be grateful for being here. So with that, I want you guys to have a great day, have a great week, have a great life. Lindsay Huddles with SPS. See you guys next time. Peace.